I am so excited and honored to be able to talk today with Dr. Bruce Lanphear, who has actually been a guest on our podcast series before. And I know everyone loved that podcast. And really, he is a very strong advocate for children and the impact that environmental contaminants and pollutants can have on children. He's currently the principal investigator for a study examining fetal and early childhood exposures to prevalent environmental neurotoxins, including lead, pesticides, mercury, alcohol, PCBs, and environmental tobacco smoke. Now, over the last decade in particular, Dr. Lanphear has become increasingly frustrated by our inability to control the pandemic of consumption, the largely preventable worldwide epidemic of chronic disease and disability due to industrial pollutants, environmental contaminants, and excess consumption. He's leading an effort to produce videos, including Little Things Matter, the impact of toxic chemicals on the developing brain, to help enhance public understanding of how our health is inextricably linked with the health of the environment, which sounds very, very similar to what we at Norwex believe and what we talk about. Now, one of the things I was thinking about as we were putting this together was, I was wondering, was there a moment that you had an epiphany that this was an area that you wanted to go and learn and research more? Or was it something that over time you became increasingly concerned about it? I wondered how this all came to be your passion for what you're doing right now.
Yeah, well, like most things, it was incremental. Even back when I was a 15-year-old, I lived in Kenya with my parents. In a village, and I remember walking around and my mother talking about kids getting measles, and I wondered why they got measles, because we had vaccines, right?
Right.
So that sort of set the stage. I thought at that time I wanted to go back and vaccinate children in Africa, and I did start to get training in tropical medicine, and then something happened. I got married, and it changed everything. So I ended up in Cincinnati, and it's hard to do tropical medicine in Cincinnati. Beyond that, even in my internship in Little Rock, I became close friends with two families of my patients, and their dads, these were veterans, both had cancer from smoking. And I'm watching them die. We can't do anything for them. And I'm realizing just how tragic this is, because these are preventable diseases. And we're failing to prevent these preventable diseases. So it was really all of those experiences that sort of built up. And then finally, when I was in my postdoctoral training, it became clear that if I really wanted to help prevent disease, the one thing that would be really profound would be to prevent poverty. But that just felt overwhelming. But I thought if I could help prevent lead poisoning in children, I could at least take away that barrier for children to survive and thrive in our society today. So it really was kind of a series of things that led up to it rather than any one thing.
Yeah, as it is for so many of us.